Hello and welcome back to BS Rugby, and what a game we've just seen at the Stade de France as France run out winners against Ireland, winning this one by 30 points to 24. What a game of rugby it was. Absolutely electric and an incredible performance from both teams. This is my match reaction and with quick review of the game. We're going to have a look at the key moments and also have some talk about some of the incredible tries that we saw today. So if you do go on to enjoy this one, make sure to leave a like on the video. Subscribe, of course, it's free to do, helps grow the channel. And of course, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I'd be fascinated to hear what you made of this game. We've got to talk about the start of the game. Of course, this man, Antoine Dupont, getting an early score for France, and France just straight from the off, their intensity, their desire, their work rate, the attacking intensity that they brought was just incredible. And it was almost as if Ireland were caught cold in that first half. You know, the French team, of how we recognise them today, the way they wanted to play was so obvious. But France, being France, had to have a moment of inconsistency, had to have a moment where there was a lack of communication, a bit of hands up in the air, who says that? And straight from kickoff, Mac Hansen collects the rebound of the ball and he runs in and scores to give Ireland a try early on. And from then, you know, it was literally 7 minutes in. We'd had two tries, really quick off the mark. Jaminet had slotted a penalty. But you have to say that the intensity of this game, I mean, this is the best game of the Six Nations so far by a country mile. And I was just so enjoying this game. Such a joy to watch this game. We, of course, did a watch along on the channel. So if you did join that, massively appreciated you jumping on with that and enjoying our chat as we went along. But it was a really interesting first half. France would go and continue towards halftime, taking an even further lead, leading at halftime by quite a bit, in fact. And myself and Kyle, who were doing the watch along at halftime, said, look, Ireland have to come out. They have to get the first try of the second half. If France go and get a try, game over. But that is what France did. They went, that's what Ireland did. They went and got a try. This man, Josh van der Fleer, getting a try from the driving maul. Again, just a lack of awareness from the French forwards, a lack of communication, and the driving maul turns and he just falls over the line unopposed. It's a brilliant finish, and you're thinking, oh, hello, here we go. It could be something special. And he'd continue in that vein of form as this man on the left, Jameson Gibson-Park, would get a try once again. Really sloppy defence from France, but really good awareness from Gibson-Park at 9, noticing the gap at the breakdown and being able to burst through the gap and score pretty much under the post, unopposed. Really good finish from him. And we were saying during the game, we were like, look, this is it. This could be it. Our France going to implode. Historically, we've seen them when the pressure gets going. It gets going really hard and they can't always cope with it. But there were big moments there, and the question mark was on how were France going to deal with it. Could Ireland find a way of getting across the line? But France would respond to a try through Cyril Bay after some good work from France, but quite fortuitous coming out of the bottom of the breakdown. And right at the end, we thought that France had managed to win the game. Right at the end, we thought that they managed to pull away. It was this man, Jaminet, who I thought was brilliant all evening, who's absolutely fantastic throughout the course of the game, crashed over, but credit has to go to replacement hooker Dan Sheehan, who managed to get under Jaminet and hold the ball up. But there had already been an advantage, and so France took their time and they managed to get the penalty to win the game. But at that point, you thought, oh, it's game over. That's it, game over. But Ireland restarts, and somehow from the restart, they managed to get the possession back. But for some strange reason, Jack Carty tries to throw an audacious pass, which is just probably really too risky to throw. Even from there, though, France decided to kick back to Ireland with probably about 40 to 50 seconds on the clock. Ireland get the ball back. They're just outside their own 22. They obviously have to go the length of the pitch. They're 6 points down. They've got to go the length of the pitch. But strangely enough, they decide to kick the ball with about 20 seconds to go. An absolute brain fart from the player. And it can happen. The pressure can be too much. Of course it can. But an absolute brain fart from the player. And he will certainly be frustrated with that. France then just hold on to the ball for a few phases and then kick it off. So where does this leave us in terms of the Six Nations for Ireland? Of course, this was the big game, wasn't it? This was the game that was potentially going to decide who was going to win the title, but there's still so many games to go. With Scotland losing as well today, it opens it up quite a bit. And for France, they were brilliant in that first half. They dominated the physical collisions. They dominated in that sense. Their scrum was so powerful. But in the second half, they just lacked that leadership on the pitch just to get things together, just to do the simple things, stop the flow and the momentum of Ireland, which is easier said than done. Of course it is. But you do feel like maybe France could have found a way to control the game a bit better, maybe kick a little bit more, maybe go to their big ball carriers, use their set piece a little bit more. Credit has to go to Ireland. Any mistake that France made, they capitalised on them, which was all their tries really, were all mistakes from a French perspective. So they capitalised on them. But in the end, just small decisions from Ireland let them down in the end. Just small decisions, such as deciding to take the points where they probably should have gone for the corner. In all honesty, when they were about 6 or 7 points down, they had an opportunity to go to the corner. Their driving ball had been so successful throughout the game, and last weekend, you thought they'd have backed themselves. And in the end, deciding to take the points probably did count against them. But as I said, for France, absolutely, I mean, it was exciting, it was enthralling, but they have to learn to keep their heads. And of course, they have Scotland next at Murrayfield in a couple of weeks' time. So overall, what a game of rugby. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I am going to do a tactical review on this game. Going to go on a deep dive on this game tomorrow. That'll be out tomorrow. So keep an eye out on that. We potentially will do a England versus Italy watch along tomorrow as well. There'll also be a preview for that out tomorrow. So as always, make sure to like the video, comment your thoughts down below, hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching. Commiserations to Ireland. Let me know, where did it go wrong for you guys, French fans? Congratulations. Enjoy the celebrations. And I will see you very soon here on BS Rugby.